welcome to my second airsoft review. This is going to be on the KWA airsoft mac11 with the NS2 gas system. It is a full metal internals gas blowback open bolt gun. Used right now. The actual gun is used right now by Secret Service and other special security officers. Just because of its concealability, folds up to a really small size, the size of a pistol, but with the same power as a MP5, and both in real life and in airsoft, a lot of people say this thing can't hit the side of a barn door, but I'd have to disagree with that. I've hit barn doors all the time, and people, and in games and matches. Although it does, if you're not aiming, of course it's gonna take a lot of ammo, but yeah, if you're aiming, you can get them in 2 or 3 shots. 4 maybe. But if you're not, if you're just spraying, then I've used up whole rounds on people and not even hit them. But, you know, that's just spraying and praying. You gotta be good with God to do that very well. Remarks on this gun is, it's not very easy to take apart, although it doesn't take any tools to take apart. It's just this pin here, take this piece off. Once you take this piece off, you can pull this pin here and take everything out. But it does take a while, long enough that I'm not gonna take it apart in the review like I did with the Ruger. What I like about this gun is people get down. As soon as you fire this gun, people are on the floor. And I really love that, because it gives you covering fire, and it gives you the ability to move up while they're on the ground. If they don't hit the deck, then usually you're gonna hit them, which is why they hit the deck. But yeah, this would be a great sniper's sidearm, just because of its massive firing capabilities, and although it is loud without a suppressor, making a suppressor for this gun is really easy. All I had to do was get the right size bolt, and I was able to make one. I welded it up at my friend's house. He has a welding machine, and I just welded the bolt onto a washer, and welded the pipe onto the second washer, and the washer I had onto the bolt. And then I welded several washers on the inside and one on the outside, and that really, like, one time the game began and my friend didn't even know where I was, and I took out his brother, and then I came up to him and he's like, whoa, what happened, where'd you come from? I thought my brother was over there. I'm like, I took him out. And he's like, ah, shoot. Well, anyway, back to the gun review. This gun, one of the things about it that I don't like is that if you put the magazine in without the chamber being completely open, see, this would be closed, this would be halfway open, and this, you have to pull the trigger, let it go forward a bit, and then slide it back and release the trigger. That would be completely open. If you don't do that, and you put the mag in, you can damage the gun. I had to take apart the gun, because I did that once. And I had to take apart the gun and fix it. Otherwise it jams a lot. If you do that, it'll jam a lot. Another thing is you have to use really high grade BBs, because this gun is just going so fast that if there's even a slight mistake, it'll either double fire or it won't fire at all. It'll stop thinking there's no BB. It's not made in the USA. It's made in Taiwan. It says it right here. And you have to oil this gun a lot. this gun really goes through a lot of abuse just because of the firing capabilities. It fires around 20 to 12 rounds per second, and it fires at I'd say 350 FPS to 300 with .20s. The other thing is, if you're spraying and praying, you're gonna want to have the white. You want to have white BBs. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to do that. Like I used .25s and I never hit anyone, so I switched back just because of that. I mean, although it was more accurate when I was aiming the gun, when I was actually aiming, but yeah, when I actually aimed and like used the sights, I actually hit someone. But if you're just gonna, you know, say hello to my little friend, it's not gonna work. With .25s, you're not gonna be able to see where they're going, where they're hitting, and although it does increase the grouping. If you're just like holding it and pointing, it does increase the grouping, but you're gonna have to know where that group is going. With .25s, you can just go, oh, one went over there, so I'll just move it up over here. Oh, it was over there again. I'll just put it in the middle and kind of work it around. But yeah, has pretty good range for this type of gun. It's I mean, uses a lot of gas. The magazine is huge. Pretty big magazine. Whole thing fills up with gas. But yeah, I really love this gun. Taking a lot of people out with it. Taking out groups of people out with it. And yeah, with my silencer on it, it's just an awesome gun because it's the perfect sniper's pistol. I'd have to say that I want to have a secondary pistol with it, like my Ruger, just because it's not accurate. And I'd want to get a second mag. I have to get a second mag for this gun because it just runs out of ammo like crazy fast. Here, I'll show you right now. This is on full auto. I'm going to show you how fast I can dump the mag. That's my cat, Coco. Dumping the mag in 3, 2, 1. That was a little more than the entire mag. The entire mag was dumped halfway through that. The rest was just leftover gas. And that gun is just wicked. I mean, I pull the trigger, everyone drops to the ground. I can pull out my secondary, and as soon as they pop up again, because now I know where they are, as soon as they pop their head up again, it's over. I'm taking them out. Awesome gun. Love this gun. One thing I will note is that the catch for the gun that usually stops it from... Oh, I have a few rounds left. Well, it does that sometimes because of the problem I did. The problem that happened. Yeah. That wasn't good. Well, anyway, due to putting the mag in with the bolt forward, this happens sometimes. But, you know, 5 rounds. I don't really care. About 5 rounds when I just dumped 50. That's like 1% of the ammo in this gun. That's another thing. A lot of people say that this gun can only have 48 rounds in it, 40 rounds in it. I counted it out when I fully loaded it, and it's at 50. I can get 50 rounds in here, probably 51, but yeah, 50 rounds in here. It's a really good gun. Probably in the review you're thinking, wow, that's really loud. Why is he saying it's a silencer gun? The thing with the silencer is that although it's loud to the sides and to the back, you're not going to really hear it across the battlefield like my Ruger. Like my Ruger, I'll fire that once and everyone can hear it because the gas is going straight out everywhere and everyone can hear it. With this one, the gas, people in the front of the gun won't hear it. If you're really close to the gun, of course you're going to hear it. And you're never going to get a gun down to like baby fart noises, but I mean, unless it's like a bolt action gun. But for a 20 rounds per second, 50 rounds in, you know, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, that's really quiet. Like, when I have the mag off, when I have the, not the mag off, but when I have the silencer off, my friend can really hear it. Like we did a test, like I fired it at him, and he had a boogie board in front of him, and he had a face mask on, he just sat there, he was listening to it, and I fired it and shot at the mask, not the mask, but the boogie board, and whenever I fired it without the silencer on, he knew I was firing the mac11, and he could hear it from really close, I mean from really far away, and but when I put the silencer on, he's like, "Well, I can't even tell that's the mac11. I can't even tell where that's coming from." And so yeah, really love this gun. It was 180 on Airsoft Megastore, and if you're gonna be in CQB a lot, I'd recommend this gun. But other than that, I wouldn't buy this gun, just because it has a lot of problems due to the high rate of fire and the really complicated inner workings. But yeah, if you're going to be in CQB a lot and you can spend that much money on a sidearm, I'd go ahead and buy it. It's a good gun for CQB. Well, thanks for watching my review. Bye.